Hello and welcome to erpwebtutor.com. This is Harideep, and today in this tutorial we will cover the Oracle Apps core technology, which includes the application objects library, often referred to as the AOL. So basically this is a directory on the server. So the whole implementation or all the objects that we have when we install Oracle applications are basically being stored on the Unix server or any server wherever you are installing it. So it internally creates its own directories, and based on the module or the type of the functionality, it creates its own directories and stores the different codes or the different processes, the scripts. So the application object library is stored under the FND directory. So it says FND Foundation. So similarly, we can imagine all our HR components are stored in the PER or PER component directory. So the HR is stored in the PER. Again, the payroll is stored in pay. So the directory short name is called pay. So that's the foundation or the different directory structure that Oracle maintains, and it stores its objects within them. The key application object library includes the flex fields. So we will talk about flex fields in this tutorial. There are two types of flex fields, key flex fields and descriptive flex fields. We have value sets. So as the term suggests, it's a set of values which you can use as a drop down, and you can select something from the list. So you have lookups. So you define a particular lookup type and you define all the values associated with that particular type. So we have profiles. So we have attachments, concurrent processing, and the function level security. So basically, if you define a flex field, if you define a concurrent program, the definition of the flex field or the tables that contain the flex field structures would be residing under the FND schema or the FND top or FND directory. So let's talk about flex field. So what is a flex field? A flex field is a flexible data field that your organization can customize to your business needs without programming. So basically you have certain fields that is provided by Oracle, and you need to add some extra fields, and also some of the generic fields that you can configure even without writing a single line of code. So there are two types of flex field we mentioned in the previous slide: the key flex fields and the descriptive flex fields. A key flex field is a field you can customize to enter multi-segment values. So basically it's a field and it is a multi-segmented. So you can have a combination of 3 or 4 segments that comprises of your single value. So let's say you have a job, like the job code is say 100, the job name is say CEO. So you have your value as like 100.CEO as the combination of the two segments. The type of flex fields are the type of information that are used in the key flex fields would be jobs, positions, account numbers, etc. Then the descriptive flex field, it's a field which you can customize to enter additional information for which Oracle application product has not already provided a field. So let's say you have some extra information that you need to store for a person, for example his previous company, or say his previous company's employee number, or if he has done any certification or not. So those kind of information can be very specific to your company. So it's really not possible for a packaged product to provide these industry specific fields. So what they have done is they have given you the flexibility to create these fields on the fly on the form, and then you can enter your information that's relevant for your company inside those fields, and those are the descriptive flex fields. The key flex fields are made up of segments which can describe entity. Each segment has both a value and a meaning. So it can have, so basically what it's going to have is you can store some data with a value and the meaning. So in the table, in any relational database, most likely for the simplicity or for the faster processing, the relations among the tables are built in such a way that it minimizes the cost of a query. So if you can store the actual code, so let's say your meaning is, say, married, and your code is M. So you're displaying the meaning married, but you're actually storing the code M. So the segment, it can have both the value and the meaning. It's an intelligent field where you can store codes. So you can use any code scheme, like it can be a number, it can be a date, it can be a character. And you can also define rules to validate a combination of values against the segments in a key flex field. So let's say you have defined a multi-segmented key flex field. So you have like two segments, and then the value of one segment determines the list of values for the other segment. So you have to choose a particular value for segment 1, and then you will have a list of valid values for segment 2 based on the value you have chosen in segment 1. So in Oracle HR, there are 8 user-definable key flex fields: jobs, position, grade, competence, people group, personal analysis, cost allocation, collective grade, agreement grades. So out of these, I would say in every installation of Oracle HR, you're going to use job, you're going to use people group, you're going to use cost allocation. And also I would say position, grade, competence, and personal analysis are most probably going to be used, but definitely not as often as the job or cost allocation. So those are probably the people group, job, and cost allocations are the most used and most likely going to be used in every installation. Position, grade, competence are going to be used in most cases, but not as frequent. Then the collective agreement grades, it's very rarely used. So in this screenshot, you can see that this is a job key flex field, and it has got 2 segments. The flex field structure is demo US job flex field, and you can see underneath this we have 2 segments: the job code and the job name. So at this point, we're going to go over to the Oracle Apps screen and see the setup for a key flex field. In this case, our job key flex field, and we will also see what we actually mean by it, how we set up those values. So that will be the following tutorial, because we will try to keep each tutorial short. So we will leave it at this point. So the next tutorial we will start with going to the Oracle screen, seeing the setup for this key flex field, and also how this flex field is being used on the Oracle screen. So we will look into those details in the next tutorial. Until then, you can just go through it, and then happy learning Oracle Apps. Thanks.